Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Hellbolter. Today I'm going to be playing Rift, so let's get started. Today let's create a new tune. Let's see. Guardians is pretty much the good side, almost like the Alliance in WoW, and Defiance is pretty much almost like the Horde. So let's see. Let's go with Defiance. And then next, let's choose a race to play. We have, let's see if it'll come up, the Eth, which are pretty much humans, Kalari, which are pretty much dark elves, and then the Bami, they're just huge. I usually tend to play the Kalari because I think they're beautiful. Okay, let's see. We have Warrior, Cleric, Mage, Primalist, and Rogue. Let's see. Each class has their own extra like mini classes inside. Like with Mage, if you click on the Mage and then hit next, you have like different types of the aspect of Mage. There's Nexus Mage, which has rock people as your followers. Grave Lords, which has undead, which is pretty much a warlock. Leafblade pretty much does everything. Unfortunately, I do not have Frozen Defender or Frozen Deity. And then there's Terramancers, which pretty much does everything also. Flamecaller sticks to fire abilities. With Cleric, there's Seraphic Guard, which is pretty much like a paladin. Then there's Nature's Protector, which is a healing class. You have Satyrs that pretty much help. There's, if I remember correctly, there's 3 different types of Satyrs. One of them is like the one that's in this picture right now. And then, yeah, later on you have the ability to have a fairy follow you for like healing abilities. And then of course Shaman. There's Doomcaller. And then there's Benefactor, which is healing. And then I tend to not play a lot of the Warrior because it's just, it's too complex. Let's see what this one is. A melee warrior who uses his offensive abilities and his battle pet to bolster his allies and weaken his opponents. The wild is dangerous, but not as dangerous as this warrior. Sounds interesting. And then Righteous Defender. It's a tank. Let's see, Rogue, you have Vortex, which is a tank. It's pretty much the way I understand it from trying it before. It's a rogue tank. Huntsman is a hunter. You get 3 different pets. The second one you get is a panther. But you start off with the pig. And you can, if I remember correctly, you can rename your pets, which is so helpful. Night Stalker is almost like an assassination rogue. Another type of hunter. There's a healing hunter. Mad Genius, which sticks to buffs and also does different types of spells to bring down stats or the health quickly of any of the NPCs you're attacking. Virtuoso is pretty much a bard. And then Primalist Let's see. Can't play Maelstrom, unfortunately. It's not exactly a good idea to level with healing. Huh. I'm thinking... Torrent away. Let's try Warrior of the Wild. Alright, now we get to go to creating what we want to have our characters look like. Alright. See, what do I want to have her eyes look like? I know one of my friends likes when I put eyes as orange, so we'll do that. I like the eyebrows the way they are. I think the ears a little more vertical. They don't need to be too big. And then... let's see. Hairstyle. Wait, what was number 3? Oh, side bun. Mohawk. Pigtails. I tend to like these braids. I don't know why, but it looks kind of cute. Let's see, let's change up the hair color. Base color. Let's stick it with a purple, but let's make the highlights a little bit nicer. Ooh, I really like that. Alright, let's see. The markings, which is any of the stuff on your face. Let's start from number 1. Ooh, I like that one. Let's keep number 3 in mind. Let's do number 3. Now we get to change the color of the marking to whatever we like. Need something that'll bring out the color of the eyes. Let's do that one. Now the makeup. Ooh, I like that one. Let's do a reddish color. There, now she looks pretty. And I think I like the shade of her skin. Alright, let's see. What should we name her? Nah. Forgive me a moment, I'm trying to think of a name. Let's do that name, because I feel like after the yesterday's news, they need a lot of support.
Use the WASD keys to move
Ooh,
your
rift
character.
bonuses are in effect. 30% extra XP from kills. 30% plagues marks bonus chance. Nice. Alright. I'm gonna turn off tips because I have played this for years, so I don't necessarily need those. And let's head up the settings. Extra bars. 3 on the bottom, and let's do 2 on the side because it's better to have your mounts and your pots and stuff easily accessible. And then social, because I'm an adult, I do not need a profanity filter. Okay. Supply that. Put this over here. And then we'll put that there. We don't need that. And then go into my spells. Gotta have everything up and ready to go. Your general spells for the Kalari, you automatically start with, you have a higher chance to do fishing and survival. Survival is basically making camping gear and cooking food. And then fishing, you catch fish with rod and reel. Each race has their own skills that they basically start off with. And then they have a race bonus, which depends on which race you choose. The Kalari get camouflage, which makes them turn into a fox and you're not being able to see. And then you have a racial buff that you automatically have. You can recycle, you can also track fish. Okay, we need all our abilities out. Gotta have this out. And then that's a passive, so I don't need to have that out. Let's have this out. These are passives. Always need buffs out. But make sure when you're reading if they're passive or not. And then Reaver. Let's have this. Ooh. Put that there. Those are 2 passives. And then your Ascended powers you get periodically. I always have them off to the side. Because not far after when you start, you automatically get them. So let's do this. Got that up. You always make sure you do your rewards calendar on a daily basis because after 21 days, you get a trove of mounts, which gives you a random scaling mount, which is always nice. I keep forgetting to do that myself.
Since the last time you opened your
Turn that off.
Claim your reward.
Okay. You also have pet battles, which you can only have a certain amount of pets battling. You look at each of the adventures that you can send your pets on, but I would say also make sure you read the top part of it because occasionally you'll see these 250 of adventurings or 130 credits. You see those, the adventuring is down here and then your credits is down here. The credits you basically use on the store and then extra things that you need as well. So let's do artifacts, which also give you extra items like pots or armor or money. It depends on whatever you get out of it. And I'm gonna choose my mechanic because he's the highest. And then you want to click send now. And then it takes 5 minutes for it to start. Unfortunately, I only have one slot because it costs 600 credits per slot, and that's quite expensive. And then I want to go into my Rift store. You always, when you log in, you always get a daily glyph. And that just depends on what you get. You got Experience Vial. I've been playing for years, so I always get a Veteran's Rewards. And I always put that about right here. Upgrades. Okay. And now I have to do my soul tree. Soul tree, you either can do it yourself, but I would suggest whenever you level, let the system put your points in because it knows what it's doing. First, I get to start with swiftness, so I'll click that there. You always want to make sure you save and exit, otherwise you're going to have to do it all over again, which sometimes is the pain in the butt. Alright. Turn that off. Alright. I automatically have a horse because I bought one when I first started, so every time I create a new character, I automatically get that horse. Alright. This is just a chest. The veteran rewards that you get with the helm, the pauldrons, chest, it's basically a costume. So when you go hit C and then click on your character, if you look at your character screen, you'll see when you get pieces of armor to change. If you hold mouse over it, you can add the costume piece, and it comes from your chest. I unfortunately do not need this, so let's put that back there. Noise is kind of. Oh, there's a book back here. Books, I would suggest collecting because you get added stuff from them. I don't remember exactly what you get. Fortunately, I have to remember to. My buttons for Rift are different from what I play with WoW, so I is looking for Guru. But if you want to look at your bags, you hit B. And then I want to collect this item, and then it puts it into a list of stuff I've collected. Okay. I have mail, so... And another mount I bought. This is because I played Trove years ago, so I automatically get a key to go there. Another mount I bought, and then because I've been playing for years, I get this Moneybags purse. And then
Welcome back to life.
let's click that. Alright, let's finish setting things up. The keys gets you basically to a dimension where it's basically like a safe house that you can decorate on your own. But you have to make sure you buy the pieces. Sometimes you'll get the dimension item packs on either a login day, or you also can get them from rewards from your minion pack. But I'll do that later. Put my Black Velmara, which is basically a cat. And then that one. I'm gonna click that because it gives me the ability to change my title to Of the Storm. And then insert the bag automatically goes into my accessories, and it increases coin gain from looting monsters by 10%. And then I have another key to go to. Let's take that out of its thing so I can see it. Alright. My artifact stash. Artifacts, you get rewards depending on which ones you finish. When you right click it, it'll automatically bring up the set that it goes with. So if you see a plus sign, that means it goes there. So you just click it and it automatically goes in. Let's see, I don't need that. Let's put that one there. That one goes there. Let's put that up there. Do that later. Let's enter my daily gift. Daily gifts, it depends on what you're gonna get. It mainly gives you artifacts, so just make sure you put it away. Let's put this up here so I don't accidentally click on it. You automatically start off with 3 bag slots, but as you can see, the red off to the right of it, these are locked bar slots. If you right click it, it costs 860 credits, which is quite a lot. So only if you have the money, because it costs real money to buy credits, I would suggest just holding off, and then as you go along, different areas will give you larger bags that you can buy with money in game. I would suggest doing that rather than spending a lot of your own money to buy bags, because bigger bags have higher costs. Well, it looks like my minion is done. You'll see that it looks like almost like a devil head under your mini map. So you just hit claim and then take it. And I got Dream Ribbon from it, so I can't do anything from that.
Good is not enough.
Turn in this quest.
Be great.
I gotta kill some husks. Alright, I want my minion out, so let's summon her. You always want to make sure that your pets are out. Let's attack this guy. Nice, it looks like your cat actually battles along. Let's help this individual out. He didn't drop anything, so let's kill this guy. I would suggest with the artifacts as well, make sure you keep an eye out in your surroundings. You'll see it's almost like a spot that is all sparkly. It can be anywhere in the world. You just have to make sure you pay attention to where it could be. Let's see. Nothing there? Nope. Let's kill this guy. And let's go turn this in.
I'm pleased our paths.
As you can see, as I explained earlier with your soul tree, you'll see this little box come up, and then all you do is just hit spend soul points, and it automatically puts the points in. I guess I got a finisher. Right. Before I forget, let's see what my pet does. Bite, claw swipe, and pounce. Bad. Stay, follow, attack, and then aggressive, defensive, and passive. Okay. Now we get to walk on this path and turn off these little modules in order to basically destroy these Talaran husks. They're always going to be sparkling, the things that you need to click on. Click on this one right here. Yeah, I've never checked inside this house to make sure there's nothing in it. Yep, there's something in it. And we just have to continue on this road. Come in, kitty. Unfortunately, when you see like lesser primals, you cannot change the name. I think. Let me double check. Oh, I can. Let's see. Let's name him CJ. And then let's turn this in to choose. Let's see. Oh wait, I get all three of them. So, alright, now I just get Source Stone ores from the Spectral Harvesters, which is the ghost behind me. Let's see, that one has Dexterity. This one has Strength. Let's stick with Strength. Nope. Always make sure you put the pots up. Source Storing cores always give you a buff. Let's click that. In this area, if you have an AoE attack that you do, I would suggest being very careful because there's always a lot of the harvesters here, and I've honestly died once or twice by getting swarmed by them. I'm 3 so far. Put my points in. There we go. So now I'm just gonna mount. You can, if you find a way, you can actually skip all those guys. This is my Emerald raccoon. It looks like an Asian beast. Almost like a dragon of sorts. Sell some stuff.
Is always welcome.
It's only one hand. I don't need one hand, so I can only use 2 hands. And as you can see from these guys, I'm blanking on his name right now. You can buy a small pouch, and it only costs 10 gold and 0 silver, or it costs 10 credits.
Until
But
next time.
certain quests at the beginning will give you those bags automatically, so I would suggest just not worrying about them yet, unless you badly need one. The guy that usually sells the bags are general goods. So let's go turn this quest in.
Believe in your own
And I get
power.
a chest piece, and as I said earlier with the bags, you automatically get one.
Accept no truth you cannot touch.
And let's put my
see,
chest
and
on that I
hear.
just got. See what it looks like. Kinda like that. And then we have to go this way. These guys are who I have to kill. Nice. And if you have abilities that are basically finishers, you'll see icons. With warriors, it's a sword. With rogues, it is a skull. So just make sure you look at how many that you get. And it looks like you only get 3 as a maximum for warriors. Alright, I got that part done. Let's go turn this in.
We make our own reality. Remain ever vigilant.
Ooh, that's a builder, so let's switch these out. Builder abilities are really good because they help bring up your attack points that you need in order to use your finishers. Okay, and then my bag, I'm gonna equip it because I need to. And then put my shoes on. Automatically sell.
I sell the finest wares in Talara.
At the beginning, you always want to get into the habit of selling until you get bigger bags because you only have so much room. Like the bags that you start off with are only 4 slots. It is shining, and I do not know why. Oh. We have to go over here. I'm going to put my pet on passive because we don't need them attacking. For this quest, you just need to click on them. And just use the capacitor that you just got. And it automatically destroys them. That looked so painful. Let's shoot this guy up here. Now I gotta come up here. Forgot to put my pet back on defensive.
Oh!
Regulus commands the destruction of this device. These Guardians play right into his plans. The fools. I cannot allow you to interfere with the works of Regulus Ascendant. Raise your weapon and prepare to end your second life.
I am so scared. Now we just gotta head back up this path over here. And get on my Velmera. It's a two-tailed cat. We'll just head over the bridge. Let's turn this in.
I abandoned it long ago. Be ever mindful.
This is Shyla. She's one of the Alliance side main characters. She basically fell during the whole battle. When she puts up that shield, she brings up little minions to come. Just basically have to kill them until her shield goes out. Now I gotta use that soul reclamation.
Do not ask my name. I abandoned it long ago.
Got another point. Put night gloves on. Let's use this one. Turn it back
My
in.
motives, if you will, but not my orders. Be ever mindful.
Yeah, this is the only quest I have. Let's. Okay. This guy's in my way, otherwise I would aggro him. Alright. Gotta kill these guys. There we go. With these soul callers, try to stay out of that purple circle if you can. Let's kill this guy. Oh, he dodged my finisher. So mean. There we go. Let's go turn that in. He's over here. These guys, the wraiths, they will destroy the way in front of you for this quest. So always make sure you click on there are too many cultists between here and Rubicon, and then release one. Just put my pants on. And it's best to stay behind them for this part because they destroy everything in sight. These constructs are so helpful in this part. And that is why you want to stay behind them as much as possible. Because the groups decide to come down and try to attack you. When that construct attacks, it just looks extremely painful. The constructs kind of remind me of blanking on his name. The big daddies in BioShock. One because of the looks and because the way they growl. Alright, sell some stuff. See how much gold? Not yet.
I would be happy to see you again.
Let's turn this in.
I have a task for an Ascended. I'm sure you can handle this.
Yes, another builder and then another harvester, so... There we go. Oh, we have to head up here. Talk to this guy. And then we have to basically start this device.
Farewell, traveler.
It'll take me just a few minutes to spin up the device! Stay back! This isn't right! Regulos must be blocking the temporal stream!
And these are what we call rifts. I'm so scared. Now, whenever a rift comes out, you have to make sure that you do exactly what the rift says. So, like with this one, you have to kill all the horrors, or at least 4 of them. Let's destroy this guy. And then let's destroy this guy. And when you have completed that objective, you have to look for the next one. And you'll see this is the rift counter for each of the levels. Just make sure you keep an eye on the counter, because each level you get has its own, basically a boss that you have to do the objective for.
Elite enemies are
Turn
much
this
stronger
off.
than
Open.
Working on it. The temporal matrix is stabilizing.
And this is Regulus, the big baddie.
Who can stop the power of Regulus?
Regulus! I'll keep him busy while you go through the portal. Hurry! I don't know how long we can hold him back. Go, go, go! What made you think you would ever defeat us without a fight, monster?
Yay! The temporal matrix is stabilized. But I don't know how long. See now.
Now we're going back in time.
Defiant! Fight your way.
Let me explain, like, what exactly is going on. With the Ascended side, you basically stay on the same level. Like, you don't go back in time. But on the Defiant side, you go back in time to basically fix all the stuff that was happening when we started this character. So now we have to talk to him. And he will explain what soul trees are. Let's see... let's go with this one, because it will also give us extra damage per second and more strength. And I'll let him explain to you guys what soul trees are about. So let me watch the video.
In this brief tutorial video, we are going to highlight the basic features of the soul tree. The Soul Tree is a unique and powerful feature that customizes your hero to fit your playstyle. The upper section of the Soul Tree is the branches. Each soul point spent in the branches increases the effectiveness of your hero. The lower section of the Soul Tree is the roots. This section shows what abilities can be unlocked as you invest in a soul. The mid section of the Soul Tree holds the soul slots. This section shows which souls are equipped. Spending points is easy if you are using a pre-made purpose. Just click the Spend All button. You can access the Soul Tree at any time by pressing the N key or selecting Soul Tree from the player menu in the lower left-hand corner.
Okay.
I've
To
a
turn
task
that in.
for an Ascended. Good luck.
Scroll back out because we don't need to be that close. And this is basically the first hub you come towards when you first come in. If you see these, basically they're portals that will get you to certain areas in the basically the world. As you can see, these are all the areas that you can go to. Like right now we're in Mythosia. You click on it, you'll see a bigger map, and the only way you can actually port to certain areas is if you have actually been there and have come across these green portal. So, as you can see right now, I'm only at the top part of this area, and then this is the only portal I've seen.
May your way be clear.
And you have the ability to have an item called Soul Recall. Soul Recall basically is almost like a Hearthstone to get you back to wherever you have your home set as. So let's put that right there. And basically the next quest that we have is to get to Meridian or Denegar Stam, which is basically Meridian is the main hub like Orgrimmar or Stormwind in WoW. Then we want to accept it, and then always make sure you bind your soul. And it doesn't cost that much either. But it helps tremendously, especially when you're in an area that you cannot get back to. Oh, that's somebody else. Right. Now we gotta go talk to this lady in here.
I need your help.
Okay, and then we want to use this. And this is an artifact. Oop, I forgot to put that back in. And then change my weapon out. Put that away. Too close. Now we gotta turn that in.
Ready to show the world what we're capable of.
I just got a new weapon, but it wouldn't hurt to have a shield. Let's go with that one.
Are you above failure?
Let's go sell some stuff.
Feel free to browse. A pleasure.
Right over here.
Hello?
This is the captive that we have to talk to. And then anytime you have to deliver a message, you always get 3 choices. Let's see. Let's tell Regulus I'm coming for him.
Okay.
Now we gotta talk to this lady, Optio.
Hello.
Let's choose. We want. Let's go to plate. You always want plate.
Best of luck.
Let's see. Basically, the pants that I just got are the same armor level, and they do have more strength, 1 more strength, but I would be losing endurance. Let's keep endurance.
I know quality. Until next time.
Now let's... I think I'm gonna call it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, leave a like and subscribe to get more Rift and WoW videos. I'm gonna be trying to do more Rift videos. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and if you do, let me know what you think and what I could change, because comments always help the person make better videos. So I hope you guys do enjoy. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, if not weekend, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.